3, 2, 1.
Okay. Welcome, podcast listeners, to Seasons of the Isakei'd with your hosts, Lizzie and Ryan. We go live every week to deep dive into the seasonal animes that we watch on a weekly basis. We also have spoilers in the episode, so if you don't like spoilers, oh well. Um, we go and talk about it. I don't know a lot about anime, but Ryan knows plenty. He did forget to watch an anime this week. I know more about that anime than he does. So I just want to put that out there in the intro right now. Okay? I remember to watch all of them.
If you don't like spoilers, oh well.
Oh well.
Your intros are just going downhill, Liz.
You know what?
Week
I,
after
I
week.
had I had a lot more energy until you said you forgot to watch With You in the Rain.
Okay, let's go ahead and get that one going and done.
Yeah, so basically it starts out with Fuji and Key showing basically where they talking about how they first met. It was raining and Fuji didn't have an umbrella, and Key offered her an umbrella, and that's how they met. Um, and then it goes on to Key asking Fuji, "So you write novels, right? I thought you were just jobless because you're always out walking around." And it turns out that Fuji's really embarrassed about her novels because they're love stories, and she doesn't want people she knows to read them. She's embarrassed by it. Okay. So it flashes forward to another time where she's meeting her friend who is her. There's two friends out that she knows. They see you. Oh my god. They see you, and he's eating grass on the side of the road. And one of the guys is like, "Oh well, dogs are smart. They know what grass to eat, and he eats the grass." And then he's like, "I'm gonna take this dummy home." And that's when Fuji walks out and says, "Well, I'm that dummy's owner," and goes, "Y'all haven't changed a bit since school," and they knew each other. So it shows them talking, just talking and talking about how people don't change, but they turn around and they say that Fuji did in fact change, and he's like, "Is it this little guy's fault? Because you weren't really the type of person to talk to animals." So Mimi, Fuji, and the other friend, I don't remember her name, go to get tea with Key, and that literally the whole show is just about how the whole episode is about how Fuji and Key met. Fuji stops to get a drink out of the vending machine, and Yu goes under the vending machine and basically turns into a black cat because it's dirty under there. And he goes home, takes a bath, and she balls him up into a blanket, and he falls asleep. And then it cuts to him getting on her desk and basically chewing up the novel she's working on. And she goes, "You're not supposed to be playing with things on my desk." And then she goes, "I printed it out to read it, but I guess it really wasn't that good anyways, so I'll just start over." And Yu's just like, he holds a little, he's like, "That was a close one." And that's basically it. It wasn't a really big, you don't learn any backstory other than how Key and Fuji met.
Okay.
So it wasn't a crazy episode. Like, you didn't miss anything.
I mean, to be fair, none of this show was like crazy episodes.
I did recommend it to some people at the arcade when we went to the arcade Friday.
That's what I love
Because
about
we
it.
were talking. We were talking because Blaine got a Labubu that was a One Piece Labubu. And he opened it in front of them because they were like, the dude was joking. "We have a rule, you have to open so we can see who you get." And he got Frank from One Piece. I don't know who that is, but
I don't either.
And we were talking, and hold on, we ordered. They asked me what animes I watched, and I was like, "Oh well, I have a podcast. I'm watching these right now." And then it just so happens that day I watched Don to Don. And the dude was like, "Have you seen Don to Don?" Frankie, there he goes, Frankie.
Oh, okay. I know Frankie. I know the name Frankie.
I don't remember. I don't even know if he knows where it is, to be honest with you. But I was like, yeah, did you just watch the new episode? He was like, yeah. And then we started talking about it, and then they wouldn't leave me alone. But he's also seen Death Parade, which was funny because I was like, if you like fucked up animes, there's an anime for you. It's 1 season long.
Death Parade is not that fucked up.
It's,
In the concept of fucked up animes, it's not that
play
fucked
this
up.
game or you gotta stab your eyes out.
It's not that fucked up.
It's fucked up. They made Deckham look so fucking attractive, and then
God, I love
he's
that man.
basically I know he's one of the best white-haired main characters, honestly. But that was With You in the Rain. Like I said, nothing really crazy happened. A lot of these episodes, nothing crazy really happened. Honestly,
Speaking of Dawn to Dawn, let's go into it.
the gambling? No, it's not the gambling one. That one's the one where when you die, you basically go to what I would call purgatory, and you meet this bartender named Deckham, and you have to play like carnival games to save your life.
Yeah, but one person goes back to the land of the living, the other person, whoever loses, dies. The gambling one is Kakaguri.
Yeah, there we go. I was about to say that.
I butchered
That's
the
what I
name
want to
every time.
watch.
It's
I
so
want to watch
fucking
it.
good.
I really want to watch it.
Love that show. It is. That's a fucked up anime.
Oh no, I haven't watched it yet, but I really want to watch it. I just gotta stop watching other stuff first. But Dawn to Dawn,
So good.
Dawn to Dawn was great. This episode.
It had its moments.
You hush. Okay, it opens up with Okaroon and Evil Eye fighting. Okay, and Okaroon's clearly gotten stronger. He has learned how to use Turbo Granny's power. So he's basically beating the shit out of Evil Eye, keeping up with him at least. And all of a sudden, he goes all out and he transforms back into Okaroon, not Turbo Granny. And Evil Eye's throwing a tantrum. You need to change back. You need to change back. I like fighting with you. It's so fun. And Okaroon goes, no, you're weak. And he's basically just teasing him to the point where Evil Eye's legitimately throwing a tantrum like a 3-year-old child. Like my child's about to throw as soon as I tell her to get out the room because I'm doing my podcast. But so he goes. Hold on, I gotta ban this person from my
I got it.
2 seconds. I got okay. But so Okaroon's like, I'm not gonna fight you, and then agrees with Evil Eye. They're talking back and forth, and he's like, the only way you can fight me is if you don't hurt nobody. And Evil Eye's like, well, when do I get to fight you? I want to fight you every day. And he's like, no, because I have school. You can fight me every Tuesday after school. And then Evil Eye goes, and this is my favorite part. He snatches his underwear off, hands it to Okaroon, and says, this is the thing that's telling me to kill everybody. So Evil Eye's just standing there, bare ass naked. And then it changes back to Gigi. And sexy grandma yells, nice dog.
Which is insane.
I think that's hilarious. But now Gigi can have a regular life because Evil Eye promised not to hurt anybody as long as
Okaroon fights him.
Okaru fights him every Tuesday after school. So,
and we get a little glimpse of this everyday life because soon after, well, we get a scene of good old Okaroon coming back with the crab or the shrimp, the mantis shrimp, and I can never remember her name. Skank.
Aria.
I'm gonna call her what Turbo Granny calls her, a skank.
It's Aria.
I know it's Aria. Once you said it, I was like, yeah, that's right. but they help rebuild the house.
You skipped a whole part. You skipped when Gigi's parents come and pick him up,
Oh,
and we get to see his parents not in a coma.
yeah, that happens.
Yeah, it was an important thing though, because it was an important thing. Okay. But he comes back with the mantis shrimp and what I would describe as a Minecraft villager, because that's what it
Yes,
reminded me of.
that's exactly.
Like,
I was like, is that Minecraft? Like, really? Are they now adding just Minecraft into Don for
well,
no reason?
because they bring out these nano cube things that can be molded into whatever you want. And they basically rebuild their house with those things. And then it cuts to a scene with Gigi's mom
Being a
going fucking
bat out of hell driving.
driving like fucking Fast and the Furious, driving backwards, yelling at Gigi, "You better hurry up, better catch up." It was just so funny. And then they get there, and he hops out, she hops out, and I'm like, "All right, let's build this house," but the house is already built. And then of course Momo comes out, and she's like, "Y'all need to be quiet, Grandma's sleeping." And then it goes to the next day, where Gigi and Momo are walking to school. And Gigi asked Momo if she had a crush on anybody, and Momo freaked the hell out. I thought that was hilarious because he's like, "Oh, you do have a crush on somebody." Da 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 da. But
Yeah, I'm sorry. There's no way
somebody
he doesn't know who it is.
no, yeah, I know he thinks it's himself. I think I really do believe.
I do believe you on that one.
But and then so a bunch of girls surround Gigi, and they're like, "Oh my God, we're so glad you're okay. We were worried." And then somebody spilled something on him.
No, he took the drink and started drinking it.
That's right. That's right. And he
He
because he had
changes.
told Momo told Momo that Evil Eye had come out a few times before, and that he didn't cause any problems. And of course, I don't think Momo believed him when he said that. But they give him this drink. I don't know what it was.
Like a yogurt drink that they it's like his favorite, him and Momo's favorite drink.
And he's drinking it, and he changes it into Evil Eye, but his clothes are still on. And then it shows him, he's drinking that drink, and he's like, "Oh my God, it's delicious. I want to butcher all of y'all." And then Momo's snatching him away, talking about, "Haha, Gigi's just flirting. It's da da." He's like, "I'm not flirting. I want to butcher all of them." And then there's some kids practicing soccer on the school field.
Then it
He
turns
hears them. He
turns
hears
into
them
blue
playing.
lock.
Yeah, that's the first thing I said. I was like, "Oh my God, it turned into blue lock." He goes, "Hey, that's mine." And he runs out onto the field, and he's going freaking psycho on these kids, man. It was just so funny watching his interaction with them at school, because the whole time Momo's trying to find a warm drink to turn him back into Gigi, and she can't. Everything is sold out. And she's so confused. She's like, "Well, he's not going crazy, so I guess it's gonna have to be okay." And then it shows him in class, and he's like beating on the desk, the typical "I'm hungry" thing where you beat with your hand, where it's just beating on the desk. And Momo's like, "You need to stop." And there's not nothing crazy that happens after this, just the interaction between Evil Eye and all these kids, and the fact that when they go into the cafeteria, Momo tries to get a warm meal, and they don't have anything but cold noodles. So she gets him cold noodles, and he's eating with his hand, and she's like, "No, try this." And him trying to use chopsticks,
Reminds me of me so much.
it was fucking hilarious. And then apparently we find out he can freeze time.
Everybody but Momo.
Everybody but Momo he froze everybody but Momo, I should say, because I think he can control it. And he starts eating with his hands again, and that's when it cuts out.
Well, I think he can freeze anybody that doesn't have a spiritual energy running through them.
That is true. I just thought it was funny because Momo's like, "Oh well, it's happening." I'm also trying to find out where's Okaroon and Arya at this time.
Can we go back to the part where he's in class and he sees the
Yeah.
kids using pencils
Yeah.
and he's finally figures out how to use a pencil, but he just scribbles and he gets excited and he's like, "I want to butcher everybody." And the teacher's like, Gigi, why are you talking about butchering everybody in my class? The teacher doesn't even bat an eye to it. He's just like, why are you
No,
talking about this in my class?
that's not. This is not the class for that. Basically,
And
but
I'm gonna
yeah.
I'm gonna point out it's math class, and the teacher is just putting one.
Well, it's 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1, and then all the other and the kids when he shows them writing stuff down. The one girl has like 1 plus 2 plus 1 plus 2. So I was confused on that too.
Yeah, it's like
One,
the dumbest basic math in the world. Like it makes no
but it's.
sense, but it's funny.
I mean, it does kind of make sense for Gigi. He is kind of dumb.
Yeah, I mean you're not wrong.
He is kind of dumb. But I'm starting to wonder if Momo just went to Gigi's school and isn't even at her school
That's kind of what it
because of
feels like.
Evil Eye.
Yeah.
Because I do believe he's in a grade or two higher than them.
Well, and surely, fucking, we would see Okaroon and Arya at some point.
Yeah, yeah. Because Okaroon would freak out because he sees Evil Eye.
Yeah,
But I just thought the whole school interactions were phenomenal. I thought they were so funny, and watching him he was just being a child, like he is. He was just being Evil Eye. Never had a chance to play, and he was able to play, and he had so much fun. And I can't wait to see the next week's episode. I'm probably gonna do the same thing and watch it when it comes out.
yeah, he's just being a goofball.
And I love Evil Eye. I'm so glad that he is not Gigi right now. 'Cause I probably wouldn't be able to get through this episode. If it was Gigi doing that, it would be stupid. But because it's Evil Eye, it's not stupid.
Well, yeah, because we know canonically Evil Eye is like a 4-year-old who got trapped in the bottom of a house.
Yeah.
So it makes sense in the Evil Eye ideal, not as a fucking 18-year-old Gigi who is dumb anyways,
Yeah.
but not to that degree.
Yeah. But yeah, it was a good little episode, and seeing Oakroon actually be able to keep up with Evil Eye and prove that his strength training worked out
And
was great.
can we not skip on whatever fucking form he does where he goes all full demonic looking?
Oh yes, that 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 is where I was like, oh my! I literally paused it, and that's when I sent you that message. Like that's when I was like, have you seen Don Don yet? Have you watched it?
That shit
And
was
that's
cool.
why he went, and then he got out of the fucking house. Like that was the first thing I saw the house, and I freaked out. I was like, don't tell me Ryan's freaking right. And then all of a sudden, watching him go into his demonic form, because I guess he dodged the house or whatever. Oh my god, the transformation from Okaroon to Turbo Granny was flawless, and then that transformation was even better. I verbally, like audibly, fangirled a little bit because I loved seeing him go full demonic.
Yeah,
Like I loved watching
it was a nice
Turbo Granny's
touch.
full power. Like it shows that he got strong enough to control Turbo Granny's stuff. And then Turbo Granny talking about when she got knocked off or went back over there, and Momo was like, "What in the world's going on? And what do y'all got planned?" And she was like, "That's not me. It's that little turd's plan." And then goes to the cut scene where it's Okaroon talking to Turbo Granny and telling her he's a kid. He likes to fight. He thinks it's fun.
He just
So
wants
I'm
someone
gonna
to
give
play
him some.
with.
He just wants someone to play with. So I'm gonna be that someone. And then Gigi was, "I trust you, man," before he transformed, like we said before. And it was Gigi was like, "Thank you." I thought that was great, honestly. It was a really good episode. I don't think this is the fight. I think we're gonna see more ramped up fights. But I do hope they show some of the Tuesday after school fights.
I feel like they will.
Or Evil Eye's gonna be like, "Well, I want to play soccer," and they're gonna let him play on the soccer team, but they're gonna teach him not to,
Fucking
you
kill the
know,
other kids.
yeah, kill the other kids because he literally hit every single kid on that team into the goalie. into the goal. I was just like, what in the hell? And nobody questioned it. Nobody said a damn thing.
Yeah, nobody was question. I don't know if anybody else can see him as Evil Eye. I think they
Evil
see
Eye.
him as Gigi.
As Gigi. Because everybody was like, oh, Gigi decided to join the team. Yay, it means we're going to win. And then he just went full demonic on these children. And I'm just like, what? Why is nobody saying anything?
I mean, to be fair, he the number one striker. He went full Rin,
Yeah.
tongue hanging out and all. I love that we went from Minecraft to Blue Lock in that one
Yeah.
episode.
That one episode. I love the little Minecraft dude because he's like, oh, he's just saying he would love to help you beautiful women out, and he's just throwing shit into the house, and you don't understand him.
Yeah, Seiko's like, you don't understand a word he's saying. Because he's pissed. He's breaking the
Yeah,
house that they're building it. Because
because
Momo
Mama
kicks him
beat
just
him.
a fucking straight in the head.
Yeah, it was funny. I was confused when I first seen him. I was like, am I watching the same Don as everybody else? Because that's a Minecraft character, bro. That looks like a villager and a creeper had a baby. And then it doesn't help because of the voices, the way he talks.
Yes.
I was like, that is a Minecraft character, bro. Oh, and then I do like the fact that I will point this out, the Easter egg where the two girls, because we do see the other two friends at school, and they're like, what's going on with Gigi? And they're like, maybe he's possessed. And they're like, possessed, and they're like, yeah, by the apartment ghost. And they're like, what? And Momo's like, what apartment ghost? And she's like, you really need to get a phone. It's the golden ball.
Oh, that's right. Then they're not at Gigi's school. They're at their regular school.
Yeah, maybe Okarun and Arya just didn't go because they were up late.
Or we just haven't seen them yet, and we'll see them in the next episode.
Yeah, yeah, but they're showing that, and it's literally Okarun's golden ball floats
Yeah,
in
his
the apartment
testicle.
complex. Yeah,
I forgot about that scene.
yeah, I just thought about it. I was like, wait a second, there's something missing that I wanted to talk about because that's a great little throwback to the first season. But now I'm curious if it's his or if there's another one and it's still there.
I
Because they
mean,
did go get it at an apartment complex, right?
no.
Okay, then.
They
So
got
now,
his first one because Arya found it.
yeah.
But he never got his second one back.
Oh, that's right.
He's only had one testicle this entire time.
That's right. I forgot about that.
The whole show is him getting his testicles back.
And now I'm wondering if they get it back, if he'll be able to control his full power, or if he gets rid of Turbo Granny.
I bet it'll be full power.
I bet it will too. I love that part because it was just so it was just a nice little throwback because I've honestly forgotten that he has not gotten his second one back.
Yeah, they kind of lost the plot of the testicles. Like after they got the first one back, it wasn't really talked about a whole lot afterwards. It hasn't been talked about a single bit during this season until now.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't blame you. But I mean, that is the whole premise of the show is him getting his testicles back. So it makes sense. But I think we should probably talk about Cleavitas because I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't remember a whole lot from this episode, but very small moments.
So
It was the first one I watched.
yeah, it was the second. I watched Gotchi first.
No, you didn't. You watched on it
So
on first
oh yeah,
because
that's right.
Gachi
I
just
did
came
watch
out
it
like
on.
2 days ago.
Yeah,
So
I did watch Don first. My fault. Cleavitas starts out with the Carpenters. Also, his name is Phil, not Frank. So still a basic bitch name.
Yeah.
But they're helping.
No, they're
They're bringing.
praising. Hold on, he's praising
Yeah.
Alicia first.
Yeah. Well, no, he brings the other wizard to Alicia.
Yes.
And is like, basically, I'll be your errand boy as long as you. And she goes, okay, well, bring Nellaroo to me. And Cleavitas and Clint and Alicia are talking about some stuff that's going on. And Basically, because I don't remember a lot from that either, to be honest with you.
They're
Uh,
they're
base
they're
they're
talking
they're
about Drell.
yeah, they're trying to find out from the pink haired wizard what he would have to do with the dark beast. And the pink haired wizard's like, would you think someone as puny as me would really be able to outpower you? Yada yada this, yada yada that. So it cuts to a scene where they're bringing Nellaroo to Alicia, and then the wizard's like, "Can you let me go? My legs are weak. I just want to go home." And she's, what did she say? She said something important.
Oh, she mentions that they have her in iron cuffs, and she goes, "Let me just wiggle my arms a little bit."
Well, no, she said something important about Drail. We're bad at this. I should have took notes. She explained to them about. I think she explained to them about the forge and why they need the prince, why they need Luna for the forge. Is what she explained. And whoever has power over the forge, which is what Drell wants, becomes king. Basically, is what it seems like.
We, I'm gonna take it a step back real quick
Yeah.
because I think we kind of skipped out on the whole intro of the show of this
What's
episode,
the intro?
which was the princess.
I thought that was after.
No, it's before. It's right before.
Uh,
If I'm not mistaken, it is like the
I
opening of the show is.
I thought it was after because I thought the opening was the pink-haired girl getting out her cuffs and using her iron to float.
No, because once she floats is when they're getting ready to battle.
I thought they did it between that. But
Mm.
yeah, you're right. You're right. Continue.
So we get the Heidenin princess,
Luna's
who,
mama.
yes, Luna's mother, who is knows her son is out there because the forge is still firing up, and when the last heir dies, the forge dies with it. And she tells her, I guess her commander of her army, to get her armor because she's gearing up to fight, which I thought was awesome to see. And she mentions that the Heidenins have a special, the royalty, anyways, has a hammer that can, with one hit, destroy anything. What it's not anything that it touches, but it's anything that
The
the forge has.
regalia.
Yeah, any regalia that the
Yeah.
forge has created, it can destroy in one hit. And then you see it cuts to her getting her armor put on and getting her troops ready for war to fight against Drell. And then it cuts to Clem and Alicia having their conversation. And it's funny because they're having this dialogue between them two,
They're
and the
basically arguing.
little wizard's like, um, can anyone just listen to me? Can y'all let me go? Why am I still here? Just in the background, you can hear her voice very softly, just being like, why am I here? What is going on? I don't know what any of y'all are talking about. Which I thought was hilarious. I love that part. But anyways, yeah, it cuts to her getting loose out of the
And she
cuffs
yeah, she uses her powers to
to
float
fly.
away with her iron gloves. And then she's like, "Oh, how fortunate! They're using a carriage with iron wheels to bring the prince to them." And she goes down and she's like, "I'm not gonna leave empty-handed," and she starts floating away with the carriage. Then all of a sudden, Quinn shows up and he was like, "Oh, thanks. We needed a ride, basically." And Alicia was like, "Do you really think the iron wheels were just a coincidence? We always planned on hitching a ride with you."
Yep, and then
And then
it showed
they go
them flying away.
they're flying away, and she takes them to where Drell is fighting to get to the forge, to the capital, and they're looking for Drell, and they finally find him on one of the walls, and basically Clint and Nellaroo and Luna get off to go find the forge, and Alicia hops down to go fight, and he's currently fighting the princess. When Alicia shows up, he has the princess by her throat, basically saying he wants the forge. You're not even royal blood, and I can't believe I don't remember this show like that.
To be fair, the ending is the only like the only part that are in my
Yeah,
memory
yeah.
because it was
But
the only
Clint had
part
told
where
yeah
things happen.
Nick Clint had told Nellaroo how that she was really strong, but didn't tell her why. And then basically Alicia hops down. They're trying to fight. The princess tries to break Drell's sword, but we don't know if it works. Alicia knows what the hammer is, and the princess knows who Alicia is. She recognizes her as one of the heroes that went to go fight Cleavites. And they also had heard that Cleavites was in a blood ball, basically. And they freaked out because they were like, Drell captured a dark beast, you know. But Clint and Nellaroo go to find the forge, and there's a wall, and Clint's like, I'm pretty sure it's behind this wall, and tells Nellaroo not to think, just to push. I infused you with the power of a troll. So she pushes the wall barely, and it flies. Like one brick flies out and basically breaks into a bunch of pieces and takes down the whole army from the princess that's protecting the forge, and also the crypt of the king.
And then the remaining survivors just get dragged into the Shadowlands by Clan.
Yeah, yeah. So, and then it shows them basically Luna and Clint going and opening the forge.
Yep, and then it ends.
But also, he does mention, we were having that discussion last week about his human form. It
Oh
was a
yes.
youngling. It was a child that was
Yep.
helping take care of the prince.
As soon as I saw that flashback, I was like, "Oh, Liz was correct. It is. He did take
I
on the
thought,
form of." I thought it was an adult. I didn't know it was a youngling.
yeah, I thought it was a child because he had specifically said a youngling gave me this baby at one point to Alicia.
Also, I feel like we should also touch on the fact that we mentioned last week how Cleavitas is in a blood
Yeah,
ball, and we were like, "How is he his physical form with them?"
yeah. Basically, he took 80. Let's just say 80% of himself and brought him back. Right?
I think it's less because
He said most of him is with him.
okay. I thought, but I know he can't change into Cleavitas.
Yeah.
He's
So
stuck in
basically, the beast
his
part
human
is
form.
there,
Yeah,
but I guess if Alicia can kill Drell,
he gets his
then
power back.
he gets his power back. His full form comes back, and I think what she's got to do is bleed him a little bit. If that makes sense. Like get rid of some of his dark ichor that he's using and draw out the dark beast that's he's using. And I feel like that's gonna help Clint be able to get to the point where he can get his thing. Because I feel like if his dark ichor is draining out of his body, then that would make the blood ball weaken. If that makes sense.
It could be.
But they're not that far away from it either. So, but I don't know why they're taking Luna to the the forge. I'm like, okay, is this gonna like speed up his aging process or something?
No idea.
Because it's what it sounds like. Because it's like the naming ceremony. Because he was named, but the princess didn't want to do the naming ceremony there. They talked about that like the guards did.
No,
It was where
the princess
the
never showed
princess,
up for it.
yeah, she was apprehensive about it.
Yeah, I we'll find out next episode. I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm curious.
I think it's because once he touches the forge, he becomes the heir. He becomes king.
Yeah, he becomes king. Yeah, so I'm curious about that. But I wonder if that would make Drell weaker. I don't know. We'll have to see. I also want to see if because technically she's right. While she's not of royal blood, she is technically reigning king since her husband's dead and the baby's missing and hasn't claimed its throne.
Yep.
But I don't know the timeline with it. I don't know if they had opened I'm not sure if they opened the forge before she struck with the hammer. Because if they opened the forge before she struck with the hammer, technically she wasn't king, so it wouldn't have worked. Which would explain why the sword didn't shatter.
I don't think she hit the sword, to be honest.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying. I was worried she was going to hit Alicia's sword.
It's possible.
Yeah. So I guess we'll see next episode. I'll actually pay attention better next episode. It just won't. It's a good anime, but there was not a lot that happened. It was a lot of, to me, which Gotchi was the same way. It was a lot of filler more than anything. The action didn't really happen until the end.
There's a lot of conversation to move the story, not
Yeah.
filler.
Whatever. Same difference. A lot of talking, not a lot of action.
Speaking of Gachi, you're
It
making
was.
this so easy to transition
I
into
know.
these.
That's the point. I'm being smart about my words. But yeah, but
Let's go into Gachi.
same thing with Gotchi. This episode, it opens with Bruto
Sulkin.
sitting on a bench, sulking, thinking Grizz died. Engine sits down beside him and is trying to talk to him, and he kind of cops an attitude because basically Engine's like, "Don't be upset that you broke Grizz's amulet." And then he's like, basically Rudo's like, "I'm not upset about that. I'm upset about that we lost Grizz because of me." And then he's like, basically Engine goes, "Well, let's go pay our respects," and leaves Rudo there, and he goes with him, and they go into this like hospital room, and
Grizz is alive and
Grizz
well.
is alive and well, sitting up speaking, and we find out there is a cleaner that has healing powers who's super shy. I love her. She's adorable. Adorable. So basically, Grizz is okay. He was healed, and they talk about some stuff that happened, and he was appreciative that his amulet was able to help. And then Frollo was upset, and Grizz was like, "Don't worry, you'll be a giver soon, I promise." And he starts crying, and he's real. I guess he's real mopey and sappy too, because he lays on Grizz's bed and was like, "You gotta stop doing this." You good?
Yeah.
And then it cuts to Engine and Rudo talking, and Engine's like, "Let's take a rest day." Oh no, 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 no,
Hold
no!
on. You're missing
I
the
missed stuff. I
boss.
missed stuff. Yeah, they're in the hospital room, and the boss walks in. I forgot his name, but he's talking to Rudo, and he's like, I hear that you're gonna get what you want from us, and then you're just gonna leave. So I should tell you just to leave. But you have extreme power, and you've done a lot for my team
You
so
showed that you've
far.
cared,
You proved yourself. So welcome to the cleaners. Come to my office. I have more information in your uniform. So
which
Rudo goes to the office. The uniform,
is clean. I
phenomenal. I
love it.
love the design. And he's telling him a story about how there was a traveler wandering through no man's land, and he meets up with this woman who the traveler was so excited to see somebody because he had been in there for so long, and there's nobody there. It's one of the most polluted areas. It's where we find Rudo and Engine in one of the first two episodes, like the second episode. That's where Rudo falls. And the woman's talking about, I like to watch. I like to sit here and watch the people fall, and then I like to watch the people go back up.
Yeah,
Basically,
the
so they
people
come
that
and
can come and
go, and
go.
when they come and go on their own wheel, with their own wheel, and that made Rudo want to go to no man's land right now. And Frollo's trying to stop him. And then Engine comes out, and he's like, "You really need to calm the fuck down. You can't go without your team. We need to know what we're headed into." And Rudo turns around and is like, are you going with me? And he goes, "Yeah, no man's land is a suicide mission." And Rudo's like, "Well, what were you doing out there when I was there? When I found you?"
Yeah, why were you? He says it in his head. He doesn't say it to Engine, but he's
Yeah, he
just like,
doesn't say, yeah,
why
he
were
thinks
you
it.
out there?
What were you
Which,
doing?
which is a good
That's
question.
sus. That's sus.
But
I think
Engine
I want to put a
is
little.
100 times
I want to put a
stronger.
little.
So
Yeah. I also want to put a little tad note in it. I think Injun can cross the border,
It's highly
and
possible.
I'm worried. I'm not saying this is right. This is just my theory. I'm really hoping I'm wrong.
You think Injun bad?
I think Injun's the dude who killed the other guy. What's his name?
You think
The
he's the one
dad.
that killed Recto?
Yeah, because he knew that Rudo was a natural giver and was strong. I worry about that because the dude was wearing a mask, but I don't think it was a gas mask. But you never know. And I think he planned that because there was a reason he was there, and I really hope it's not Injun. I really hope it's not. But I just have this sneaking suspicion he knows more than what he's telling Rudo.
I definitely think he
But
knows more.
yeah. So, anyways, he's like, okay, let's have a chill day. We're at this point now, and it cuts to Rudo laying in bed talking about why do people tell you to relax but not tell you how. And then Rio
And
pops
then
up,
the door kicks open.
and Rio's like, "Hey, I'm gonna show you around Cleaner HQ." And they're walking around, and she's showing her everything. And he's like, she goes, "Have you ever had any sweets up there in the spear?" And he, of course, Rudo's like, "No, that's rich people stuff." So she's like, "Okay, this was suggestive,
This whole scene
honestly."
where she starts talking about sweets is sexual as hell. I was like,
Yeah.
I did not expect
And
candy
she
to
was
be
like,
it. I was like, where are we going
she
with
was
this?
like,
Damn.
"Do you want to?" And I was just like, "What the hell?" And she's like,
No,
"Come with me."
no, hold on. She says, do you want a little taste?
Yeah, that's
But
right. It's
the
even worse though.
the look in
Her
her
look.
eyes is like, what are we tasting over here, Rio?
Yeah, yeah.
What
So
so
she
what
takes
dessert are you talking about, girl?
talking about. So she takes him to a room and fills a plate up with a bunch of sweets, and he's like,
He's
all this
freaking
rich
out.
people food. He's freaking out. And there's Injun and Rio are sitting there, and there's another dude. I don't know who the other dude is, but they're sitting there, and he goes and he tries it's a macaron or macaroon. I don't know which one it is because I don't know
Macaroon.
if it's no, it could be either or because they're made exactly the same. Just one has coconut flour instead of regular flour. Get your French pastry straight, okay?
I thought macaron would do people saying macaroon incorrectly.
No, they are two separate things. A
Oh,
macaroon is made with regular flour. A macaron is made with, I think, almond flour or coconut flour. I cannot remember which one, but there's different ingredients, but they're similar. If that makes
oh,
sense. One is a French pastry, and then the other is not. I think that's like the American form of it. I think. I think. Don't quote me on that, but I know they are made the same way, but have a different ingredient, which changes the name. So I don't
okay.
know which one it is. Trust me, for a long time I thought the same thing up until I started watching more cooking shows and more baking championships because I love to bake. That's one thing I have not tried because they are both of them super freaking hard to master. But did try one for the first time at our craft show with my friend Elizabeth. She makes pastries and stuff, and she gave us a free sample. And I tried the birthday cake macaroon, and let me tell you, phenomenal, phenomenal. They were so good. But so he tries it and he freaks out. He's clearing the whole plate. And then this one cleaner comes up. This, I guess, is a kid. I don't know. They have a pacifier in their mouth and points to the plate. And he's like, "No way this brat wants a piece of my sweets. I haven't tried everything." But he offers them a sucker. Them a sucker because I don't know if it's a boy or a girl. And then they want more. And if Rudo was a dog, he would have been growling, covering his food with high food aggression when that happens. And then I just want to talk about the fact that Rio's like, this is going exactly how I was hoping for.
Yeah,
Like,
she definitely got a little crush on Rudo.
she's an adult and Rudo's a child. That is not.
Oh,
No.
you know what? Fair, valid. Didn't think that he
Yeah.
is still a child.
She just wanted to.
She wants to see
She
him
wanted to be
happy.
entertained. She wanted to be entertained, and she
That
thought
is
that would be
true.
entertaining. Well, the other dude who's sitting with them pulls the kid away and was like apologizing. And then it cuts to Zonka, who sees this mask coming out of a door. And he's freaking out thinking it's a trash beast.
And
And
it's
it's just
just
Rudo
Rudo.
filled with candy.
One of my
like a
one of my
like
favorite
like
scenes.
he looks like the blueberry kid from Willy Wonka or Fat Bastard from Austin Powers. It was hilarious to me.
Here he's just rolling. He can't even walk. And then
And
it
then it cuts
cut to
to
them
them
doing a little training.
yeah, trying to figure out what makes Rudo's power come. And he's holding like a regular knife and it's not working. And Zonka comes up with this idea because he's talking in his head. And then he's like, maybe it's because you only can use broken things. And then he brings a bunch of trash because that's what he said. He was like, "What makes you feel basically what makes you feel happy?" And Rudo was like, "All I did was sleep and play, fix trash." So that's when Zonka brings all this stuff up and tells him to grab anything, take your time, basically,
Grab what
and
speaks to you.
so what speaks to you. And he picks up this like triangle. It's a tool or something.
It's
I
like a
know it is.
ruler
It's a
of some sort.
It's
The
there's a
metalworking.
word for
Yeah.
there's a it is for cutting wood at a
Yes.
specific angle, and there's a word for it, and I don't know what it is, but it's like a triangle protractor, if that makes sense. All my carpenter people will know exactly what I'm talking about because the word is funny. It is a funny word, I'm pretty sure. But he grabs it, and all of a sudden his powers start working, and then he grabs a teapot, and he makes the teapot cool. So they're doing this, and then he gets a nosebleed, and they realize that his gloves are super powerful. They talk about the series again, but Zonka knows more about series than what he's coming off because he's thinking about it. And they asked Rudo, "Does series mean anything to you?" And he said no. Continue talking. Hold on, my child's at the door.
Okay. But yeah, they Rudo kind of has these little moments of weakness, trying to figure out why everything he touches falls apart whenever he's done using it. And of course, Rio's like, it's not it's not you. It's your items finally have their purpose fulfilled. So he's known as the recycler because he recycles trash, gives it new life, gives it a new purpose, and once that purpose is fulfilled, it can happily, in a way, its soul can happily move on. And that was pretty much the episode. It was just a lot of
Yeah, that was really a big.
it's a big part for Rudo.
But we'll talk about the ending is Jabber getting back to the boss. And he's saying something, I don't know exactly what he's saying, but on the back of his chair is the same symbol that is on Rudo's gloves, and they specifically say it's the Watchmen
Yeah, the Watchmen
series.
series, which
So,
we don't know anything about. I'm sure we'll find out within the next episode or two.
oh yeah.
But yeah, it's what they call the Watchmen series. So I'm excited to see what that's about.
Yeah. So what do we have? What do we have left?
Lord of
Lord of
Mysteries.
Mysteries, To Be Hero X. Did we do 4 already? With You in the Rain, Dawn to Dawn,
Play
Got
with
You,
us. Gotcha. Yeah, we've done
Cleave with
4.
This. Yeah, 4. Yeah,
Yep, it's just these 2
making
left.
sure. I was just
Let's
making sure.
let's go Lord of Mysteries. Cause
Yeah,
I'm just waiting for it to be hero. You already know me.
I know. Lord of Mysteries was
What's good?
interesting.
It was
It was
so
so good.
good. Holy shit! I loved this episode.
Yeah, I watched it yesterday, and of course, I'm gonna let you talk about this one because I remember it, but my ass fell asleep at 5 o'clock on the couch, so I was not feeling good yesterday when I watched it.
So it starts off with the demonist sect coming back into play. And if you don't remember who they are, I don't blame you because I kind of forgot about them. They're the
I know who they are.
what?
I know who they are. They're
I was
the men
talking.
who.
I was
Oh,
talking. I'm talking to the people, not you
I was
specifically.
gonna say if you forgot, I know.
No, I'm saying
Men.
they haven't been mentioned since that previous episode. They just kind of disappeared, and I was like, I forgot they were even a part of this show until they popped back up, and I was like,
No, they
holy
never
shit!
got rid of them, so I knew they were still there. They were actively looking for them while they were doing all these side quests.
I know, but they don't mention them,
I know. I
is
know.
what I mean.
Continue. Sorry.
But it cuts to um, Sharon, the lady, one of the like most prestigious women in the city, and she's controlling the parliament, controlling the government to please her saintess to pretty much give what is it? She's trying to pass a certain policy or get policies disembolished so that the demonist sect can run free pretty much. And it shows a little bit of the parliament in action, and then it cuts to Klein trailing her while Dunn is rummaging through the house trying to find any trace of the Beyonder. And they both stumble, or Dunn kind of stumbles upon a safe that opens, but he can't really activate it. He can't figure out what it is. And we see Sharon in her little cart, her little wagon, throw out a piece of her hair that disrupts Klein's seer ability and kind of lures him into a completely wrong direction from where she's going. And then it kind of quick cuts to the manor that she lives in. And somehow, Klein is just there, outside behind a tree.
It's the very important part.
What?
You miss Sharon going to meet with who's above her in the clock tower in Blackthorn.
That
Her
is
mistress.
that is after that is coming
No,
up.
no,
Is that
no.
before?
She sees. Yes, it's before because Klein goes back to her house because Dunn and them were done searching and they didn't find anything. And Klein was like, "I'm gonna basically go see if I could use my seer powers to find stuff." And it before he shows up at the manor, it shows her in the clock tower with her mistress.
Yeah, but
It
he's searching the house while she's talking. That's what I'm
no
saying.
no no
Yeah,
no
because
no
he's
because she gets home almost immediately after he finds the safe.
yeah, but
So this happened before. This is when she
he
disappeared when they couldn't find her. When she severed his tie with the dowsing rod, that's when she appeared into the tower.
oh see, I thought it was when Klein was there searching the house because she's not home when he's searching the
She isn't, but
house.
she's on her way home. So this is happening while he's probably getting to the manor and getting inside. Probably getting details from Dunn about them not finding nothing and then appear and then get to going back out there.
Oh, okay, well, its time frame is a little weird. There's no
It could have
frame of
been during it,
reference.
but they show her in the clock tower after Klein says, "Why are we in Blackthorn? Why is she in Blackthorn? Why'd she bring us here?"
See,
And then it shows her in the clock tower.
I I thought it was well the clock tower I thought attached to the house.
No, it's in Blackthorn. They pass it when they pass it. They show it in a shot as they're passing it, and then it cuts to it right after Klein says, "Why are we in Black? Why did she bring us to Blackthorn?" I have hiccups. Yeah.
Okay,
So
so I was a little off on my timing.
yeah, I was just saying we gotta mention that because I want to know who that is.
It's the Saintess. It's the queen of
Yeah,
the demoness.
yeah.
She
It
is
was
the
just
leader.
it. Yeah, it was just a weird interaction to me.
Yeah, because the Saintess, I think her name is the Saintess of White, is what her name is, and she smacks Sharon because Sharon's not doing exactly what she wants, and the death of Maynard kind of got people talking and curious and looking into what happened. And the Saintess was a little worried that they were going to come around to figure out it was, of course, the demoness sect who was behind it all. So she kind of gets mad at Sharon, and Sharon's like, I promise, soon everything will be yours. And then it cuts to Klein in the house, doing his seer knowledge, trying to find just anything he can of the Beyonder abilities because he knows something. He has to at this point, and he finds the safe just like Dunn did. Except his seer powers allow him to open a like hidden. I'm gonna call it a hidden compartment, but it's more like a fake wall that shows a picture of good old investigator Triss or instigator Triss.
I thought I didn't think it was Triss. I thought he said it
It
was a past
of
lover
her.
of
Well,
Sharon, and then he goes, "Wait,
wait,
he
that is
kind of looks
Sharon.
like Sharon," and
Yeah,
that's what. Oh, so she's done the same potion that Triss did, which is when they castrate themselves and become women.
woman. Yeah,
In
it's a
that,
done that finds the picture of Triss. Her and
yeah.
her and Triss together. That's right.
And then Klein goes to a wall and touches it, and it disappears, and it shows a bunch of spider webs wrapped around the Demasec statue-like thing.
Yep. And
There's
then
also a cat.
and then it cuts to Sharon
Sharon
walking in the door,
walking in. Yep.
and Klein is, of course, in the dumbest fashion, hiding behind the curtains of the window.
The cat killed him some time.
Yeah, and you see Sharon walking over to the curtain, about to open it, and the cat walks out, and she's like, "Oh, there you were. I was looking for you." And then he takes a breath, and it catches. Of course, you can hear him breathing, and she goes back over, opens the curtain, and then it rewinds time. This is confusing as hell, but it goes back an hour and shows Klein learning how to summon a messenger, to which he summons himself. And you find out that the person that was in the house searching through things was not him, but it was his spirit messenger, I think, who was doing everything. Yeah, I think that's correct.
Yeah, I think it was too. It wasn't him. It was his spiritual
Spirit,
self.
yeah, which was very, very confusing in the moment. But then it then it cuts away to John and Klein walking through the Chanis Gate and talking about the artifact that they need, the mirror. And this is where the episode ramps up. We finally get to see the inside of the Chanis Gate, to see all the artifacts that they have in this library, basically. And we get one of the coolest fight scenes I think I've ever seen in this show, which is saying a lot
Yeah.
because every episode just gets better and better.
Oh yeah.
But we see them go. Sorry about that. We see them go back to the manor, and Dunn basically uses his nightmare to try to trap her so that Klein and Kenley, who is a lower rank Beyonder, who I feel like it's still new, just like Klein is, but he's not quite as strong or as powerful as Klein is, are sent in to basically use this mirror because it is the only one of the best ways to kill off the demoness. Because when they look into the mirror, it is a version of you that comes out to kill you, which is crazy. But they go in to use the mirror, and Miss Sharon is a badass witch assassin, whatever you want to call her. And Kenley points the mirror at her, and she substitutes out her own mirror and reflects the reflection back on Kenley, who then gets attacked by a really fucked up, grotesque version of himself. And does he become poisoned? Is that what it is?
I don't know, but he spits out his own
Heart.
heart.
Yeah, he coughs up his own. He literally coughs up a heart, his own heart. Coolest thing I've ever seen in this show. But it cuts to her and Klein and Sharon having this all out war of Klein just trying to figure out how to hit her. And he comes to find out because he accidentally misses her and hits the little statue that she carries, and finds out that damaging the statue damages her. And she kind of gets, of course, pissed off because he actually injures her. And she starts using ice powers. Where the fuck did ice powers come from? She starts creating her own versions of ice. And I don't know exactly what she does, but she almost like attaches, I don't know if it's her hair or thorns, but she attaches something to Klein, and it's like basically almost like draining the life out of him. I'm gonna need you on this one because there's a lot that happens in this
My
fight.
child's in here.
Well, tell him to leave.
It's not Blaine. Stop unpausing the video, kid.
But you see those two fight. Klein kind of loses and is left against the wall. And Dunn steps in and is going hand to hand combat with Sharon. And you see Dunn, of course, holding his own against her, just going back and forth. She poisoned Dunn with a black rose.
Like she tried with
With
Leonard.
yeah, like she tried with Leonard in the past episode. And of course, Dunn counteracts it. He's still in pain, but he stops it from spreading. And that's when you see Klein kind of come back too. And he's like, I have to anticipate where she's gonna be.
Yeah.
And he uses his seer ability to kind of not manipulate time, but kind of
Slow it down a little bit.
yeah,
Seems
slow
like
it. Yeah,
he could see what she was doing, and what she stopped him with was webs from the spiders.
webs. Yes, you're right. It is the webs.
Because she's
And then
like
she
the
freezes
voodoo
him.
master, and then she freezes him. That's after he. That's he was frozen with the frost.
Yeah.
Because she was trying to find out how he was like counteracting the stuff, but she realized what he was, and was like, "You were the one in here snooping in my house."
Yeah.
And So while she's fighting Dunn, Klein is like did the anticipation thing, and he throws the mirror
and catches her with it.
and catches her off guard with it. And then Dunn's like trying to figure out what else to do because he noticed the statue too because she was in a nightmare the whole time, even though she could counteract it. And that's when Klein
Clyde
starts
unloading.
unloading, shooting that statue every chance he got, to the point where he was shooting basically blanks because he just kept firing, firing and firing and firing, and she was dead. She died. They got her, and then it cuts out to he gets upset because of Kinley because he sees them after the fight, and then they went to go, I guess, file a report about it. And Klein comes back in. He opens the door. He notices the door was open. He sees something behind the door.
Yeah, he's going to tell Dunn, that the report is done, and he hears noises coming from the office when he walks in, and through the crack of the door he sees Kenley's body laying in Dunn's office, and Dunn is there just devouring Kenley's body.
Yeah, which
And
is
then it
weird.
and then it cuts away. End of episode.
Yeah.
I think part of Dunn's nightmare is he's a cannibal. I don't think he's gone wild yet.
Yeah, I don't. Because when they show a part where he looks at Kinley and his eyes turn like blue, like there's like a blue ring around his eyes, I didn't know if it was that or if it was that rose. And he didn't get to it in time before it was already in his bloodstream.
But I think it's part of the nightmare because they said one of the side effects of the nightmare in a previous episode is Dunn forgets. He
Yeah.
has memory loss, much like another past individual we've seen, good old Mr. Isakei'd, who also has memory loss. So
You're right.
I think it's part of Dunn's nightmare. I I have a feeling he just devours the bodies of those who die to keep his power going.
Yeah, that would make sense. That would make sense.
Or maybe it's part of the sequence potion, something like that.
Maybe that's how he's digesting it so well.
Yeah. I don't know. It's a really good way to end the episode to get me excited for next week's. And if they don't start with this or they don't even talk about him literally devouring a body, I'm going to be a little disappointed. Because that's kind of a big thing. I mean,
Yeah.
just casually devouring a man who just died.
Yeah.
Okay. Now for the final one.
Yep. To be heroic.
My baby, my love child.
This episode was insane.
Oh, it's so good. I'm not gonna deep dive into this one because we are over an hour already.
Yeah.
Um, but
Just hit keynotes.
we, of course, see Nice join the fight or join the fray, and have a slight mental breakdown of him being manipulated, puppeteered to be perfect. He's forced into all this, everything he knows, he's forced into as a child. And it kind of cuts in and out from him having these memories to good old Smile and Dragon Boy, just locked in arms, trying to get Nice to fight the opposing person. And Nice makes a mistake and injects fear into Dragon Boy. And this show goes from
Yeah.
0 to 100 very, very quickly in this
I do
episode.
wanna I do want to put a little trigger warning out there. There is a just because I know I didn't like this part. There's a part where they test the fear on animals, and if you don't like that, skip through it because it is
It's
kind of sad.
yeah,
It's kind of
it's like
demented a little bit.
a 10-second little section.
Yeah, so just fast forward through it, do the 10-second thing, and watch it if you don't want to see it, because it made me a little sad. I just want to put that out there.
But
But
we see
yeah,
Dragon
basically
Boy,
Dragon Boy talks about his power.
which everybody already knew his power anyways,
Yeah, so he can take whatever they throw at him, and give it
and
back basically
redirect it. So
tenfold. Yeah,
yeah,
including fear. So he knows what fear is, and I think that shocked Nice a little bit.
because as soon as he's injected, he he doesn't even change. He just takes the pain and like spits up fear,
Yep.
and of course it gets on poor little Smile, who has the most badass transformation into whatever his evil moniker is. He doesn't have a
Yes.
name, but it is the coolest shit I've ever seen. Absolutely loved every part of this. He almost has like a DJ's head, almost like DJ Shindig.
Yeah.
He's got a round helmet. That yeah, the way I should have said it. But it's got like neon X's for the eyes, and then just like a twisted fucking smile.
Yes, like an Alistair smile for anybody who's
Yes,
seen Has Been.
and then it's an all-out. Technically, then we see Dragon Boy change into a fucking demonic being.
A demonic elf thing. It reminded me of the damn frost elves from Solo Leveling.
Yeah, and all while this is going on, you have a line of people on top of the bridge recording it. Who, I'm sorry, but if I saw Dragon Boy turn into that, I'd be like, he is no
Yeah,
longer a hero. What is
yeah,
going
because
on?
they were confused because they didn't see Smile get injected and change, so they just think he's a villain. And they're like, they see Nice standing down there, and they're all like, "Nice, you need to help him," but he's just like,
He's stunned.
obviously, he's stunned. He doesn't know what's going on. And then Dragon Boy and Smile fight, and it ends with Dragon Boy punching Smile so hard he basically
Explodes.
explodes.
Yeah, like his
And,
torso is there, and I wouldn't even say torso. It's like his from his maybe chest up is there, but
yeah,
every other part of him is just splattered along the
gone.
ground.
Yeah, and then it shows Nice reacting to it, and he gets pissed off,
And
and
starts
Dragon
fighting.
Boy's coming up to him, and he hits Dragon Boy, and then of course Dragon Boy's thanks for making yourself the bad guy, and they're fighting, and everybody's like, well, why the hell is Nice doing that? They're all cheering for Dragon Boy, besides like this one girl.
She don't follow the crowd.
No, she doesn't. And then it shows Dragon Boy about to punch Nice,
My favorite
and
part.
all of a sudden you
We
hear like a
see
snap noise.
we see fucking X come out of his apartment and save Nice.
Yep. He's like, good thing I got here in time. You almost got splattered essentially, and then it snaps again, and he's back with Dragon Boy, and the snapping, him dropping off of that building to go and fight Dragon Boy and snapping as he's doing it. I'm gonna say he's not just 2D, 3D. He can do all kinds of different animations, and I
Yes.
love watching him fall.
He can go through different dimensions basically.
There was like a Picasso one, there was a pop art
Yes.
one. It was so cool watching him do that. And then he shows up and he's like, basically, you need to take a moment. And as Dragon Boy's about to fight him, because he's like, Dragon Boy's like, oh, I was just coming coming here trying to leave in the top 10, but now I can leave as number 1. And he snaps as soon as Dragon Boy starts to hit him, and then you see him balling up a piece of paper.
Yeah, he basically turned Dragon Boy into a drawing
And
and
he's like,
chucks him into the water.
you need to take a moment to chill out, and throws him into the water. And then he snaps again, and Dragon Boy's out of the demonic elf form. And everybody's like, well, how the hell did he get in the water? And then everybody's cheering for X, and you see the fears start to leave Smile.
Yep, and
And X
then
bends down and grabs
the
his
locket.
and he's upset. And then it flashes to Rock, who is watching security footage of everything happening. And basically he's like, we got you now, fucker.
Yeah, you're not getting away from us this time.
Yep.
And then it ends, which we only have 2 episodes left, which I'm so sad.
These fight scenes though in this episode of To Be Hero X, them fighting was insane.
It's
And
so
I also think we're about to
good.
see why Nice did what he did. Why he walked off the side of the building.
I'm pretty sure we've already seen it. I'm pretty sure this episode
this
is kind of the moment.
That's what I'm saying.
Because if I'm not mistaken, we are real close to the present day first episode.
Yeah, because he did get splashed with fear. I don't know if it actually, because it got on his face and then on his foot, but I don't know if it actually absorbed into him.
I don't
like it did Smile.
I don't think it did, because I think it just touched his suit. I don't think it touched his skin.
Okay, but it showed a lot about like Nice's backstory. That's why I was saying I think he did get hit.
Well, it showed that before the fear thing.
I thought it was during I thought it was during Dragon Boy and Demon Smile's fight.
No, it's before, because he's going through his backflash while he's holding the fear in his hand, because Smile's like,
right.
what is in that vial?
Yeah, that's right.
And he's having conniptions in his head of, I don't know who to go to.
Yeah.
And he chooses wrong. I mean,
I think he chose right for the fight.
For the fight, yes. But for what his purpose was, well, I don't know. I think Smile would have turned into that whether he got stabbed either way.
Exactly.
But Dragon Boy wouldn't have the fear demon side of him if he would have just stabbed Smile. Which I don't think that's going to ever come into play in the next 2 episodes anyways. But we have Dogman next episode.
We do?
Yes. It's
I finally get to see him.
Finally time for him.
His little fedora.
And then it's X after that. And that's the end of it.
I can't wait. It's been so good.
Yeah, considering neither of us were really sold on that first episode.
Yeah. That's what I was telling people at the arcade too.
To see where it's come and just how obsessed with this show I am is insane. I went from being like, this show is trash, we're not going to watch it, to being like, everybody fucking please do yourselves a favor, watch the damn show.
Yep.
24 episodes.
That's what I told people at the arcade. What?
Make it past that first episode. The first episode and even a half. I would say the first half of the second episode is also mediocre because the animation is kind of weird. But just do it. You will not regret the journey you go on.
Yeah, that's what I told them at the arcade. I was like, look, if you want to watch a good anime that just started in the spring, watch To Be Hero X. I was like, don't mind the animation at first. You will understand it as you go, but please watch it. And they both went on their Crunchyroll account while I was there and added it to their watch list.
It also does help the fact that the reason the animation is the way it is because fucking X can just snap his fingers and change it on the fly. It is so fucking cool.
Yep, that was my thing. I thought it was very interesting.
Such a good gimmick for a hero.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, but with that, guys, that is everything for this week. I hope you all enjoyed hearing us talk and forget the shit that happened. I do apologize. We'll be better next
Yeah.
week. Um, but like Liz said in the intro, we do stream these every week. We try to make it consistent, but due to shifting schedules, it's a little hard. So just come over, give us a follow. That way you can know when we go live. You can join in on the conversation, as weird as it can be sometimes. Um, and just have a good time here with us. Or if you're over on YouTube, let us, know in the comments what you think of these episodes, what you think of the shows, or if you know any upcoming shows that are not recurring seasons, any brand new shows, much like Twisted Wonderland in October, that you would want to hear us talk about, let us know. We're always down to find some new stuff. So yeah, with that, guys, we will see y'all next week for more anime.